my channel. Today we are doing a book haul, which I think will be my first one on this channel. Yesterday I put up a poll whether you wanted a book haul or unhaul, and book haul won. Connor wanted it to be a book unhaul so that he could steal my books. Okay, so even though you do not need... these are all books I bought or received in June. First book is Spellslinger, which is a fantasy, obviously. It's about this guy who is coming up to these trials where he will become a spellcaster, but his one problem is his magic is gone, which, you know, not useful if you're trying to become a spellcaster. He meets this person and they go down like a different sort of route or something like that. But yeah, that is the gist of that. There's one line on the back of this book: magic is a con game. That makes this sound really interesting. That's one of the things that drew me to this book. Can't wait to read it. The next book I got is Wonderland by Juno Dawson. I'm really excited for this. Actually, I wouldn't say it's the Alice in Wonderland retelling, but it kind of is. It's about this girl and her friend has gone missing, and she is trying to find her, and she gets invited to like these elite parties and things like that, and gets in some trouble. So that could be interesting. The next book I got is one of my favourites, so yes, this is a book that I probably didn't need to get, but I wanted to. It's Matilda. Love the film, love the book. It is just, yeah, it's everything. And look how many books are on this cover. Also, kind of just, probably not the yellow I would personally pick. It is a bit bright, but it's coloured edges, so. And if you don't know what Matilda was about, it's about this girl that has these telekinetic powers, and she uses them, not in like a vicious way, but she uses them to help her and her friends. So, yeah. Because she doesn't live with a good family, and the head teacher is, well, if you know the book, you know what the head teacher was like at her school. The next book I got is Tiger's Curse. I don't know too much about this because I was trying to find books that are set in India for a prompt for my TBR game that I'll be doing at some point. And I found this, and it seems really interesting. It is a fantasy, and it's about this girl who's, I think, discovered this curse, and she's halfway around the world from where her home is, and she's trying to, I think, discover how to stop it or get out of the whole mess. I don't want to know too much about it because I'm actually really intrigued, and I really want to read this, so hopefully the prompt comes up for my card game because I really want to read this. The next book I got is Jade City. I am trying to read more diverse books, so books that aren't really set in like England or America, because those are typically books that I kind of read if they're not fantasies and set in like a fantasy world. But this is kind of a fantasy. It sounds, it's about like two gangs that are fighting over the Jade Stone, because it's, in this book, it's their sort of like, it's like their highest currency, I think, or something like that. I don't know too much, but it sounds kind of interesting. It kind of sounds like Romeo and Juliet, just without the Romeo and Juliet. The next book I got, which arrived yesterday, is His and Hers. This is like a crime thriller type book. When I saw it, it sounded like really interesting, so I had to pick it up. It's about this woman who gets murdered, and I think there's a reporter covering it, and her husband is a detective and he's involved, and one of the lines on here is, "I only need one word to describe my husband: liar." Ooh. Or is the wife the liar? Who knows? Or maybe they're both liars. Guess we'll find out. And the book I'm most excited to have picked up, finally, because it has been too long since I've read one of her books, A Court of Thorns and Roses. I hear people talk about this book all the time, and like most people have read A Court of Thorn and Roses over Throne of Glass. I personally really loved Throne of Glass, so we'll see how it compares to A Court of Thorn and Roses. But I've heard that people really love the series, especially Court of Mist and Fury. I've heard that one's quite smutty. But no, I'm really excited because Sarah J Maas is like my new favourite fantasy author, and I need more. Like Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood is like my favourite book so far this year, and I need more of that. So since I can't have that, I guess I'll feed my addiction with this. As you can see, I have already started it. I'm on chapter 5. I'm actually really enjoying it so far. Not too much has happened, but you know, I am only at the beginning. People did say the second book is better than the first, so I can get through this and I can buy the next one and continue my love of fantasy. I do have some gifted books as well. The first one I have is First to Die. Thank you, Connor. I know I should probably start from the beginning since I've read 9, 10, 16 and 17, which is a very random order to read them in. And I read from 16 to 17 and then 9 and 10. So yeah, I've just bounced everywhere. So now I can start from the beginning, which I'm really excited for because I really do want to read the series. I enjoyed the books that I read, so I think I am gonna love the series. Now, these books, if you haven't heard me talk about them already, then I don't know where you've been. The Trouble with Perfect and The Battle for Perfect, which are obviously the sequels to A Place Called Perfect. I read that during my 24-hour readathon. And Brooke kindly got me these, and I'm so excited to read these. They are on my TBR shelf as priority reads. As you can see, most of them are down here because all these books are priority reads. Not the ones that I've had for years, but the ones I've recently acquired. And the next book that got me, which I'm in love with because it is really, really beautiful, is The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. I'm currently reading Six Crows by Leigh Bardugo, and Brooke decided to get me this, and oh, I picked the perfect. Look at this. Just look at it. It is like gorgeous. I love the art and illustrations in this. Look at, it is amazing, and I'm just loving it. It's like probably one of the prettiest books I own, and I'm so thankful for Brooke and for Connor for all your gifts. And yeah, so I think in total that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 books I have collected in June. I need to stop because my TBR pile is just growing. However, I have unhauled some, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys later.